get the library feel, but you're
Yeah.
outside with the plants and stuff and the light. Feels nice.
So, and I do get distracted by looking out there, so that's why my computer's faced that way, so.
What is this faces?
This is Selwyn.
Oh,
out there.
okay.
So that's the only people that are able to walk and bike and run. I mean, I can't, I'm in here, so. All right, so tell me your Queen's story.
All right.
How did you end up enrolling, and what steps did you take, and?
When I graduated from high school, I was uncertain of how I would pay for school. That was one of the major things that we were looking at. So for me, since I was already integrated into the CPCC program, it just seemed like a step that I could easily follow.
Right.
So that time came, and then when my advisor said, well, it's time for you to move on to your college. I said, oh, well, what do I do now? And
Kind of stay here.
exactly. Well, so
So you got your associates.
I got my associates in arts from
Okay.
CPCC right after high school, and then Queens was the only university I applied to because it seemed I love Driving here. It just feels very, I don't know, spiritual, something very nice. So driving through here was always pleasant for me. And given that I wanted a small school environment, that was important for me to have that interaction with my teachers and for them to know me and for me to get to know them.
Right.
So I applied to Queens and I got accepted. That was a big hoorah. And the reason I applied for Hayward again was because I was working and then I need to find a balance for work and getting money to
Right.
pay for school.
Right.
So that's how
And how old were you when you applied? At least 23?
No, I wasn't at that time.
No? Okay.
No,
Okay.
I wasn't. So I applied and I got into the program through the Human and Community Service program. And it's just happened by things that do that Dr. Karen Neal was the head of Human Services. She's also the mother of one of my high school friends.
Okay.
And she's the wife of my JROTC teacher back in high school.
Okay. And you went to high school where?
Olympic High School
Oh yeah.
here in
Okay.
Charlotte. So it just magically happened.
We talked about this young lady, but
Yeah.
you know that one in the middle, right?
Yes. And this is
You know
is
him
this
as well?
Greg?
I didn't catch his name. He was the two guys I kind of grabbed. That's Myosha, who's a freshman, and Nancy, and oh wow, she went to Cuthbertson High School. And her
Is it
name-
new? A freshman or
I don't think he's a freshman.
no? Okay, I think I went to school with them.
Ah, okay.
I think it's Greg.
Oh, Amy Baring is her name. So I'm just
It's a
curious.
nice
So
picture.
when you see that picture, what? I mean, it's maybe difficult because you know one or two of those people. What's the first thing that? What is it? What does that say to you?
This is how I picture Queens, embraceful, happy.
I mean, it's you know we obviously grabbed some students and staged.
Yeah.
This was actually another one.
Oh, that's nice.
Um,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Great.
So anyway, we were just, you know, for publications and different things, we're trying to figure out, okay, what, I think the picture I'm looking for actually doesn't exist. I mean, what, is there a picture that can capture as much about the essence of Queens as possible? You know, we're more than brick buildings and, you know, statues and everything.
But I think the smiles of them,
That's
that says it.
so it's like, you know, the
This is
the many
home.
faces
Yeah.
of Queens. So, we'll see.
The smiles to send that message.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope
Yeah,
so.
they do.
And if that, you know, it's also a picture that we want to entice people once they see it to want to open up the book, or the magazine or the B-book to look, to find out more
Great.
So, same thing with you. You know, if we could put together a story or article and they read it, they see your picture, and we want basically to use you to entice the right kind of students to want to learn more about Queens, basically.
Great.
So,
Well, I guess one of the unique things about, I consider myself unique in that sense, is that when I was going to school here, I was also working, as I mentioned, and I was working with my parents that had a small business. So for me, it was great to balance that small business with them and come to school and then not be able to, thankfully I finished my school debt free because we work hard and get that. So that's one of the great benefits that I see in Queens, that you know, that stereotype, I guess, that sometimes you hear that it's not affordable or you can't make it, you know, it's private school, so.
Right. And so how did you manage to graduate here debt free?
Working.
Working. Okay.
Yeah. I pay for half of my tuition, my parents pay for the other half, so we all chipped in, and it was a struggle sometimes, trying to get out the money, but not impossible.
Right.
Definitely not impossible.
And so was it worth it?
Oh, yes, I can't put it in one word.
Yeah.
I can't.
So why was it worth it, or how was it worth it?
Because not only that, we're from Colombia, so for us, I was the first child to attend high school here. My sister already graduated, so for me it was going through the system, through the school educational system. So I went to middle school, learned ESL in there.
So you were 6th grade, 7th grade?
6th grade, I entered in 6th grade.
So you were 12, 13?
12, 11, going
Yeah.
to 12. So, you know, learning the language, and kind of, for my parents, it was a learning experience, so was for me, you know, how does the school system work? Then transferring to high school, okay, what's this all about? You know, you hear so many stories, but, and my parents were, they don't know it. They haven't lived through it.
Right.
So they don't know what to expect, what was expected. And certainly when going to college, they were just gonna rely on me to do it, to make the right decisions.
Right.
So for them to see me graduate we did a good job. Somehow, just standing, you know, pushing me forward, and that was I think for them.
Well, it was pushing you and also supporting you.
Exactly, definitely. I mean, I could have not done it without them. Definitely not. So I think it's the names and the diploma is my name, but it goes beyond that. It reaches farther more than that. So.
And so, how do you think you're different now from the bright-eyed student coming from CPCC to now, well, the working woman, but the Queens graduate? What's the difference?
There's a difference in the way you think. There's a difference in the way you communicate. There's a difference in the way you present yourself. Through the professors here, I've been able to learn a lot, and not just in the classroom, but outside the classroom. They're their support system as well. So I have, you know, I bring up again Dr. Karen Neal, but I also have Dr. Nathaniel, who's in the communications department, who's a lovely lady, and she was more than a help to me, just saying, well, here's think. For Queens, for me was the link of think bigger. That's what it was for me. Yes, you've been here in Charlotte all your life, basically.
Right.
But think beyond here. Think beyond how you can impact not only the community that you live here, but overall.
Right.
So for me, it was I don't want to say the eye-opening experience, but a blind open into, you know, there's something beyond that you can continue and you can see yourself develop. So I think for me, Queens did that. Opened that door and seeing, okay, yeah, that's definitely something that I can do, and with the skills that I gained here, I can definitely do it.
I think that's a great way to put it. I think a lot of people think that you go to college to kind of figure it out. You know, you're gonna get an education, and when you graduate, you're gonna be ready, and you're kind of know it all, and that's not. You learn how to learn. You learn how to figure it out. But you are far from having things figured out. That's
right.
for sure.
Yeah, it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I graduated in June, July, I was just gonna take a deep breath and just kind of study everything that's possible and what interests you more. And I went back to the teachers and saying, okay, what is this like? Do you like this? Or how do you see this perspective? How do you see this field of study? And now with the school, with work, it just proves that there's a path that I'm going in, and that education is definitely something, again, with my work, that I'm passionate about, and that I would like to continue, not necessarily teaching, but in supporting, being a supporting system, as you are.
Right. Well, in your major, there's so many students, which is the benefit of going to a liberal arts college, and you major in something, and then they end up working in something completely different. Whereas, that's human and community services, minor organizational communication. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah. It really is. It really is.
And so it's, so you've taken, you learn certain things in the classroom, but obviously what you've learned, working where you are now, you can't learn in the classroom. You learn how to be prepared to deal with it, but
yeah, it's a different set of skills going into the work field.
Yeah.
But it proves that everything's a learning experience, and you are continuously learning. No matter if you've been in your job for a year or 2 years, you just continually gaining, if you want to.
Right.
If you don't want to, then you don't.
Right.
But if you're eager to learn and to better yourself, then I think you will continue to do so forever, really.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so we've talked about in your past, your experiences, your education, your work. What do you do for fun? What do you like to? What do you like to do?
I play soccer.
Yeah.
Yes, I play soccer. Played in high school. Did play in college.
Yeah.
Wasn't that good. And now I'm starting back in leagues.
Okay.
Soccer.
Yeah.
So soccer, it's a great thing. Love being outside, outdoors, hiking, climbing, just being outdoors.
And so you've lived in Charlotte now for 10 plus years. So what is it about Charlotte why have you stayed here? You have family here, obviously. That's one.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question.
Charlotte's not a tiny town, but it's not humongous either.
It's not humongous.
Do you take advantage of what Charlotte has to offer?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think I've been growing with the city, and really within that.
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
Arrived.
Exactly. So we're adjusting and growing together. So for me, I've been learning more about Charlotte as I continue to grow. But I like Charlotte. It's just a nice community.
Anything and everything you want.
It's a community. It's a great community. I find a great support system here, and through various organizations, I do volunteer work with the relatives. So with them, I find that engagement as well. It's just it's a great community. It's lovely. It's a beautiful city. Kind people, and it's home.
Yeah.
It really is.
So did you feel like you still went away to college, even though your experience compared to some is a little non-traditional? The CPCC to Queens, mainly. You worked throughout, so you took a lot of classes at night.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I'm still searching for. I have not been able, but you can look at it in two aspects. Oh, you never went away. Oh, how sad. But I think for me, I've been growing with it.
You really didn't have to leave.
Yeah, it is.
To learn and experience
Exactly.
what you've done. So.
So I just embraced it. I mean, I still travel on my own time, but maybe because I wasn't, my parents don't have that mentality, or we as a family don't have that mentality that we need to go away.
Right.
Then it wasn't so odd for me. Maybe now that I guess I'm more, what would you say? What would the word? That I know what the traditions are of the American.
Right.
Then it would say different, but it just seemed natural that you need to save money and you need to stay here and you need to, if this is what you really want to do, then put your priority first. My priority was school, not going out
Right.
and leaving home.
And look at the end result. You got a great education, you have a great job, you have no debt. And I think a lot of students actually do feel like they have to leave Charlotte to go away. And many will come back because they realize what they've left. And realize that going away wasn't the answer, but they would not have known that had they not gone away
Right.
to begin with. So you just did it, you figured it out without having to to have that extra experience.
Yeah. Everything just seemed to fall into place as I was changing from school to other school to other school. So everything just seemed kind of natural. It was the right fit.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be.
Sounds
And
like
definitely
it.
worth it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with some of your friends from Olympic that you graduated from in 08? No,
06.
06.
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely. Here from Queens, Greg was he graduated in the same class that I did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, still keep in touch. Play soccer with some of them. Some of them one of them goes to UNCC, so.
Now, are you in is it a female league, co-ed
It's a female league.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Yeah. Still went to Miami for vacations with my high school friends. So that was fun.
Miami's an awesome place.
So
Okay.
yeah, definitely keep in touch.
Some good friends at Miami
Mhm.
Beach. Live at Miami Beach, so it's a little bit different world for them.
Oh, definitely. It is a different world.
Yeah, it is.
That's when you start appreciating home, really. Yeah.
It's nice to go, but it's nice to
Visit.
come home. Yeah,
To visit.
definitely. Definitely. So, well, that's what else should I ask you? What else should I know about you?
I've been here for so long, but I think a very essential part of me is my Colombian culture, and that no matter how many years I stay here, it would never go.
It means a lot to you. That's awesome. No, trust me, I love it. I wasn't trying to do an Oprah and make you cry or anything, I promise.
No. Okay, there you go.
But obviously you're passionate about
Yeah.
who you are and where you come from.
Right. And that's
proud of
definitely ties into for me that ties it all together, right? Because my education's here at Queens, my culture, and the work that I'm doing. So I'm definitely passionate about getting people educated and the importance of Latinos really recognizing it and seeing the importance of setting those goals far ahead
Right.
that they could ever imagine.
And one thing's for sure, I think you're doing what you are supposed to be doing right now in life. And isn't that, because I wonder, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And I know it is. I'm supposed to be here at this point in time.
Right.
I think, everything that you're doing, point in time, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. However spiritual you want to take that or not, it's, at this point in time, to be able to say I'm doing what I was meant to be doing at this point in my life.
it just seemed to connect so well. Because I was at that point where I mean, human and community services is such a broad field that you really can go into anything. I mean, you can go into domestic violence, you can go to homelessness, you can go to so many things.
Right.
But it just seemed everything to direct to education. And that's great. And I love it. And I said, you know, I have a great advantage because I can see hope and results coming really plain in front of my eyes.
Right.
Rather than some of the other fields where you see the end results maybe later on, but they're not really guaranteed.
Right. True.
But education is, you can see it in front of your eyes.
It also takes someone, I mean, it is a job and money and all that's important, but you don't, that's not why you wake up every morning, I can tell. It's all the people and the stories that they bring and being able to have an impact positively on their lives and the direction they're taking.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely, I think I see myself as I wish I had that person telling me, because going through the system with, like I mentioned, without really my parents knowing anything, I was kind of like hesitant to make anything. Thankfully, I made the right steps.
Right.
But it just seems like those are big decisions, and because of certain things that you can't really rely on your family on, then, but you made those happen.
Right.
Somehow, some way, somehow.
Yeah. You definitely made all the right decisions.
Yeah. But Queens, I love Queens.
Yeah.
Definitely very proud of Queens, of my education here, of the professors here, still keep in touch with them.
Queens is proud of you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, that.
I think the people who work here are just excellent. They really are. From Kevin Dean to Holly Boyd, who helped me register and kind of figure it out when I was hesitant to do anything.
Yes. Hey, come on in.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Kristen.
Hi. I'm
Louis
Kristen.
Sagathon.